361 Corpus Christi, Texas. So I'm going to show you the new setup right now. We got SWR down to 1.03 to 1.05 to 1, which is in my specifications of 1.02 to 1.05. So at the new house, my room is on the second floor. And you can see the cable coming out the window right there. And I got the cable right there going behind the Christmas lights. And then the cable comes down here, comes down the post, wraps around the post there a tiny bit, comes down here around the planter. And then here's the hookup right here. We got the female UHF SO239. And this is a 35-foot cable run for the first run. And then we got our 25-foot cable run that has been taken down into the RF choke. And we got the RF choke right here. And we took the stand out, what I was using, and we took our PVC and stabbed it in the ground, because now we know the antenna can get down to at least a 1.3 barefoot. So now we have it still on the 4 ground radials, but 1 post now. Alright, so here's the big antenna setup, and we are pretty straight up and down, which I really like. So again, like I said, the antenna I want to say is about 5 feet 2 inches off the ground, and the top of the antenna is about 8 feet off the ground. Then we got the 4 ground radials, and this is the loaded vertical coil. And this, like I said, is hooked up to the Striker 955. All set up. I got the meter set up, the power capacitor, and the amplifier. So right now we got our MFJ870 power meter and SWR meter sitting right on top of the Striker 955 HP, which is actually unlocked to HF frequencies. Right next to that we have my not so old. I got this guy when I'm, let's see, I say just out of high school, when I moved to Colorado. So this is the Uniden PC68XL. This is the one I managed to get Canada on AM band on channel 16. And then right over here we have our HYS amplifier that does a top of about 180 whiskey. And then under that we have the power capacitor. So just like in a subsystem, what I have hooked up to this power capacitor is the Striker 955 radio. I got the HYS amplifier plugged into here, and then the meter here has a light behind it that actually is plugged into the power capacitor as well. And then this is my Tech Power 15 amp power supply. And so let's go ahead and turn this guy on and watch the power cap. We got turned down to adjustment, and this is your voltage adjustment right here. And we have that guy turned all the way down. Well, all the way to the right, which is 15 volts. So let's turn her on. Oh, wrong one. It's been an early morning. So we're at 14.9 volts. All right. Now we're turn to AM, and you mic gain all the way down. And we're gonna need this over here. This stays right there for now. All right, so let's turn on the radio, and we're going to adjust for the amplifier. All right, so we are on power. We are at And we are going to be looking on the very bottom scale, which is the 30-watt scale. It would look like about 18, 19. So what we're going to do is we need to turn down the power right here, because we don't want to supply almost 20 watts to the amplifier. So all the way to the right is 20. And we're going to move this guy up. I don't know where the red line is. Let me get up real quick. Let's see here. Where's that red line? There it is. And you point that guy right at the end. I think where it was. All right. Now we're gonna have to do some adjusting. See if I can do this one-handed. Okay, so I can do this one-handed. Okay. So we are going to go to SWR. Now we're going to turn on the amplifier. And then we're going to key up real fast. Let's go over power. Alright, there's power. See what we got. We're going to be on the 30-watt scale. So at 300 watt. We're at 140. Let's line this sucker up. Reflect, that's set, that's SWR, let's go back one. All right. Right on the mark right there. And let's go SWR. About 1.2 on SWR with the amplifier. Now let's see if we get out. CQ 361, Corpus Christi, Texas. 361, standing by.
Good morning, 361. 361, making noise in Wisconsin, 576, waving a hand.
I heard 2 stations come back. I think I heard Wisconsin. I'm glad I'm coming out there. You're making a booming signal over here in Corpus Christi. I got you at a 5.9. That's 5.9.
Yeah, roger that. Got you. Yeah, you're blasting in over here too. Southeast corner, 576, Wisconsin, waving a hand.
10-4. Glad I'm making a trip out there. You got operator Adam here. Alpha Delta Alpha Mike.
Yeah, Adam, operator, this is Ron, Romeo, Oscar, November.
10-4, Ron, nice to meet you, and make contact, waving 73s from Corpus Christi, Texas. 361, standing by.
All right, brother, enjoy the DX.
On that guy.
Cutie, 998 in Wisconsin is
998 Wisconsin. This is 361 Corpus Christi, Texas. 361, you got a copy? 10-4, I'm glad I'm making the trip out there. I'm got you at a S7 right now, and I'm on a homemade loaded vertical antenna that I made a couple of days ago, and I'm only 6 feet off the ground. I'm glad I'm making a trip out there.
Yeah, just to frame your hat.
10-4, I'm glad I'm making the trip out there. I'm really liking the antenna I made. I'm getting some good contacts. You got operator Adam here, Alpha Delta Alpha Mike.
He said he was going to key up when he got to the surface. Yes, unit here. I'm guessing to get it up a little bit higher, that would probably improve. Did you know that they have something called EME moon bounce where you...
10-4, I can definitely turn it up a little bit more. Let's see what I can do.
Back, you'll hear yourself.
We're only going to go up just a hair though. Alright, this is 361 Corpus Christi, Texas. Just went up just a hair. How am I sounding over there on the S units?
And it's over 400,000 clicks. Your signal is improved. I can hear you better now. So, yeah, that did help. Yeah, whatever you did there. I've seen some YouTube videos on it. Interesting, you know, it's basic.
10-4, I'm glad I made it a little bit better. Like I said, I'm on that homemade loaded coil vertical that I made a couple days ago, only 6 feet off the ground with 4 ground radials. Glad I'm making a trip out there.
You bouncing back from the moon. Yeah, you were getting up to about 9S units. Wavering, conditions are a little weird today, but they've been interesting. If nothing else, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's super busy out there. Conditions are pretty weird over here. I'm starting to get this weird interference coming in and everything. I think it's just because of the truck that pulled up though.